Good afternoon. My name is Maria Campo. Today I'm going to present to you a 10-minute lecture on the impact of CORU on psychology education in Ireland. If we take a close look at the title of this conference, you will find three key concepts that I want you to pay attention. The first one is CORU. The second one is psychology education. And the third one is Ireland. So let's take a look at the three of them. The statutory registration for psychologists as professionals has been regulated in Ireland. As you are probably aware, the European Union has had a very important influence in the Republic of Ireland in the statutory registration for psychologists as professionals. In the year 2005, the Health Department of Ireland approved an act entitled the Health and Social Care Professionals Act, in which 12 professions were ordered to be regulated, including the profession of psychology, in order to assure that the public of Ireland has the best quality of services in terms of health and social care issues. CORU was the name chosen to coordinate this registration. Does anybody wants to guess what the word CORU means? Well, let me advise you not to guess, not to find any meaning in the letters of this word, because CORU is not an acronym. The word CORU is rooted in an Irish word, COIR, meaning the three values that the organization wants to emphasize: fair, justice, and proper. The statutory responsibility of the Psychologist Registration Board at CORU has envisioned three big areas, three huge areas that are dealing with the way that psychologists are going to be registered in first place. In second place, how the psychologists under this registration are going to be educated, how they are going to improve their practices, and also ethics, how they behave, how they conduct themselves the better way in order to deliver the best practices for the people of Ireland. How is psychology defined on CORU's documents? Well, psychology is a science that deals with three main domains: emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, in order to solve problems, human problems related to the well-being. This with an evidence-based approach. And in CORU, they want to leave space for creativity and innovation. As probably all of you are aware, science also changes. For instance, the term homosexuality 25 years ago was a perversion. Nowadays, we know that it's, for science, it's not anymore an abnormal behavior, a pathology. So that means that we have to leave space in science to also to incorporate innovation and creativity. So CORU wants to leave a space for science to incorporate new findings of research, but they want that the practices of this science are based on an evidence-based approach. CORU demands on psychologists a university degree or diploma with first or second class honors in which psychology was taken as a major subject and honors obtained in that subject. What is the specific impact of CORU on psychology education then? It's the big question that we ask ourselves. Well, we can envision 4 big domains. The first one is ethics. It will have a very important impact on the way that the ethics of psychologists are defined and are documented. Second, confidentiality. It's very important that the profession of psychology has a very, very specific norms of the way that psychologists need to keep the confidentiality of their practices with the people. Third one, decision-making capacity. And the fourth one, communication skills. As you maybe are probably aware, psychologists rely on language to perform their practices, so even a word can change the life of a person. So it's very important that we are trained in decision-making capacity in order to determine what words we use in every specific act that we perform with our patients or with our clients. Once the psychologists are registered, in CORU they have envisioned a term that they call continuing professional development. Instead of talking about education, they prefer to talk about the way that psychologists, once registered, how they are going to develop themselves in order to perform better, in order to deliver their services in the best way possible. Well, they have envisioned 12 possible paths that they will consider. For instance, they will consider learning from experience. That means that once the psychologist is registered, they will have to document, they will have to narrate or to present a paper, a document, in which they testify how they have learned from their experience. Another track would be the publications that they have performed in specific journals or training colleagues or online learning courses that they have taken through internet, etc., etc. The last question I want to post on you is, where are we? I spoke with Kevin McGuire, Executive Officer Communications of CORU, and he told me 4 facts that I want to read them for you in order to have a clear picture of where are we now. The first fact is the Psychologist Registration Board was appointed on July 21st of 2017. The second fact, they held their first meeting on the 19th September 2017 and are currently undertaking the necessary preparatory work to open the register for psychologists. The third act. One of the statutory functions of the board is to approve the education and training required for eligibility to apply for entry to the psychologist register. And the fourth fact, very important to listen what I am reading. The Psychologist Registration Board has not yet approved any education and training programs to entry to its register, and the register is not yet open. That means that we have to wait to see what is the impact of CORU on psychology education in Ireland. To finish my presentation, let me share something personally with you. I am convinced, preparing this conference, I am convinced that under CORU's umbrella, psychology as a science and psychologists as professionals will find the support and the necessary approval of their practices. They feel secure and protected under CORU's organization, and this will make a huge impact on the services, on the practices that they deliver to the public of Ireland. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you would like to ask me questions, please feel free to write to my email.